Because I grew up in housing trust. In the housing trust area. I know I grew up in the housing trust area because I found someone dead on my front lawn. Fuck, it's a true story. I woke up one morning, there's a dead guy on the lawn. I was like, fuck! He was not there yesterday. So Dad mowed around him. Because you're renters. You got to get that rental inspection done, don't you? You know what I mean? Like, that's the one good thing about growing up in a rental property. At least a house got cleaned once every 3 months. You know, like, met my wife where I lived. I love my wife, great lady. Met my wife at a bar, as a matter of fact. I saw her across the bar, saw her there. I was like, she's the one. She's the one. But at this particular bar, there was her lawyer, then there was a judge, and there was my lawyer. I was like, fuck. She's the one that glassed my mate. But I knew it was real love, ladies and gentlemen. I knew it was real love the day we were walking down the freeway together. Picking up rubbish. She pinched me on the bum with a picker-upper. She goes, I love you. I was like, fuck, okay. Because I looked at her and I looked at me and I looked at her and I went, you know what, we both don't have options. But you know, we made good out of a bad situation. When I say we made good, we've got 4 baby bonuses. Children. Call them what you want. We called our firstborn Dre because I want one of them to be a doctor. And then we've got Tupac, LaQuisha, and Gary, because he was born in Gawler. I know he was born in Gawler because he came out with a neck tattoo and a mullet. I was like, one we prepared earlier. Growing up, I spent a little bit of time in a racist town, a very racist town. It got to me a lot. So I figured the best way for me to conquer my fear of racism was to marry an Aboriginal woman. So I did. I married a proud Narungga Ghana woman, beautiful lady, loves her culture. I just don't get why we have to have welcome to country every time we have sex. Fuck. It is so hard to find an elder that late at night. Do you know what I mean? Like, uncle, auntie, like... It's hard work. But you know, we've got a foster son from my wife's mom, beautiful little boy, a good kid. Didn't get a baby bonus with him, so that sucked. Kid's still got to eat, you know what I mean? So we decided to breastfeed him. He was 10. Don't judge. Don't judge. But no, look, but it is difficult growing up in a mixed cultured family, right? And especially this day and age, man, there's some hard stuff. Like, for instance, my kids had book week. You know, book week where little kids dress up as their favourite cartoon characters, book characters. My son come up to me, my Aboriginal foster son come up to me and said, I want to dress up as Captain Hook. I misheard him. I thought he said Captain Cook. It doesn't work, brother. That's like dressing Anne Frank up as a Nazi. It just... So I had to teach him, though. I'm a practical parent. I love parenting. I do. I love being able to teach my kids good lessons in life. So for this situation, we did a role play. Lucky we had an English next door neighbour, so I dressed him up as Captain Cook. He come and stole my son's room. Built shit he didn't need, and left diseases he'd never had before. Just waiting for a sorry. Could be waiting a while. Just saying. But that wasn't even the worst bit. The worst bit was we were watching the remake of Annie. Now, if you know the remake of Annie, there's a scene in the remake of Annie. It's a black version of Annie, right, with Jamie Foxx and shit. And there's a scene where someone says, Annie, you're an orphan! You're an orphan, Annie! And she says, I'm not an orphan, I'm a foster kid. And my son watching this has an epiphany. And he looks at me and goes, Dad, this movie's like my life. I said, what do you mean? He goes, she's a foster kid like me, and she's black like me. Wow. And he sat down and watched this movie so intently. He engaged in this movie. At the end of the movie, Jamie Foxx adopts her, and they fly off in his private helicopter. My son looks at the TV and looks back at me and goes, shit me! So what's wrong, champ? He goes, oh, wish I'd gone to a rich family. I said, well, if you come with a baby bonus, dickhead, we could have got you a joy flight around Parafield Gardens. Probably the best we could do. But you know, if you've seen me before, like, I have lost a considerable amount of weight recently. Since December, I've lost 40 kilos. Woof, I know, right? It's been hard work. I've been running a lot and doing exercise is the best way to lose it. But a lot of people come up to me and they're like, oh, wow, look, I bet you feel better. I'm like, no, I fucking feel cold. I feel cold all the time. It's horrendous. I've never bought a jumper before and I have to wear lots of jumpers. Shit. Had someone come up to me, I like messing with people a bit. Some guy come up to me and goes, oh, what weight did you start at, mate? What weight did you start at? 9 pounds, you dickhead. I born a baby. It's not like some special bogan hospital, you know what I mean, where they just have bogans come out and then freaking, you just hear this, fuck, I'm here. Where's the Jackson cake? And who's been punching me in the head for the last 9 months? Come on! Like, some people, right? But you know, like, researchers say, they did a bit of research, right? And they found out that you are 50% more likely to get laid after a comedy show than if you went to the pictures. It's a true story. All the hormones, you're laughing, you're having fun, you feel good, you forget about all the shit and you feel good about life, right? And then you go home and you're in a good mood. You're 50% more likely to get laid after a comedy show than you are if you go to the movies. I did the research at a recent Fringe show. 100% of the crowd got laid. 100%. But it was the Adelaide Fringe. And I'm a local artist. So there were 2 people. And it was my mum and dad. No, not really. My brother and sister were there as well. But they're from down south. It works down that way, I guess. So I've been Marc Ryan. Thank you very much.